Terry's Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I would like to welcome you each into the kitchen with me, where we're going to have fun making my version of Canadian bacon, or also known as back bacon, Irish back bacon. It goes by many names. Now, with that being said, here's where I'm going to let you know I do not use curing salt, Prague powder, pink salt, not Himalayan salt, pink curing salt. One, do your research. That stuff is bad for you. The only reason people started using it is because back in the day, they didn't know they had tainted salt that had saltpeter in it. That's what the Prague powder is. That's what the pink curing salt is saltpeter. And with people, men, you really don't want to ingest saltpeter. It does really bad things for the libido. Yes. Not only that, it does it causes high blood pressure. And these are all been found. It's research. Don't tell me to do the research. You do the research. I had one person already fuss at me that I didn't know how to cure. Well, this is cured a different way. The way I'm used to doing it, the way the ancestors done it, was salt and sugar, or a form of sugar. Most of the time it was brown sugar. This is a different way. So, if you just have to use the Prague powder or the pink curing salt, you can stop the video now, or you can add it if you want to. I'm not going to add it. So, with that all being said, let's have some fun and make some homemade Canadian bacon, or also known as back bacon. Now, first, I'm going to start on the brine. Now, I have in the fridge 2 pieces of pork loin. The big pieces, not them little bitty skinny tenderloins. This is pork loin. So, and each piece is about 3 pounds a piece. Because, well, I'm putting this back for me and Junior for breakfast, for to go on pizza, and so on. Alright, I'm going to get my pan going. Now, in my pan, I have 6 cups of water. Now, after the brine has done heated, I'm going to be adding 6 more cups of water. I'll bring you along. Alright, to the 6 cups of water, I want 1 cup of coarse sea salt. Yes, I know. Lots of sugar, salt. We're brining. Okay, in this beautiful measuring cup is 1.5 cups of maple syrup. Real maple syrup. Not artificial. Now, if you cannot get a hold of maple syrup, you can add 1.5 cups of brown sugar. You could do dark brown sugar. It'll give it a more intense flavor. Or you can do light brown sugar. It is up to you. Now to that, I want 2 tablespoons of black whole peppercorns, or whole black peppercorns. If you don't have the peppercorns, 1 tablespoon of coarse ground black pepper. And I'm going to add 2 I'm going to get happy with that one. 2 healthy tablespoons of ground yellow mustard powder. Now, if you have mustard seeds, 2 tablespoons of mustard seeds. Now, this is packed in water. I got this on great sale. This is minced garlic. Oh, that smells good. Oh, what the heck. We're going to do 3. 3 tablespoons of minced garlic. Now, if you want to, mince your own garlic. Press your own garlic. Whichever works for you. Now, we're going to bring this up to a simmer. And then we're going to simmer it for 5 minutes. You want to make sure it's all combined very well. Oh, that smells good, y'all. Alright, I will bring you back when it starts to simmer. See you here in a bit. Okay, I decided since my pork loins are pretty good size, I added another 1/2 cup of the coarse sea salt. So that'll be 1.5 cups of sea salt. Now the bigger one here, I'm going to trim back some of the fat because, Junior and being Jack Sprat, and I want to give the brine a chance to do its magic. Because a lot of times fat with this kind of brining blocks the brining flavor out. Now I have washed them very well. Now the fat, if you wanted to, you could pack it in a container surrounded by a whole lot of salt and make you some salt pork. It's not the same as using belly, but waste not, want not, y'all. You want to keep that stirred real well. Okay, that's good enough. I have 2 freezer Ziploc baggies. One for each piece of pork loin. Now, in each baggie, I have 3 large bay leaves. Eventually, one day, I'm going to show y'all how to make salt pork, or what's called salted fatback. It goes by many names. It depends on your location and where you live or where you was raised at. But I'm not wasting that at all. It's been a long time since I've made Canadian bacon. Back bacon. The reason why it's called back bacon is because you're not using the belly. You're using a loin off the back of the hog. Alright, let's get this. And you want to make sure all of that salt gets dissolved. Alright, I'll be right back. I'm going to go wash my hands and skip that idea. I forgot. Now, I'm going to take 1 lemon. This is just my spin on it. Back in the day, most people didn't have lemons. Let's throw in a little acidity into the bag. Now I'm going to pause it and go wash my hands and clean up. And like I said, I'm not going to waste anything. You can cook these in greens, beans, you name it. I'm just using bits and pieces. Add some more salt. Now, this isn't a traditional way to do it. Yeah, you saw me. Now, if you wanted to, you can add brown sugar in here too. If it's going in my beans or greens, it's going to have just salt. Now, traditionally, what you do is have what's called a salt box. And you have a layer of salt. You put your little square cuts of pork belly or whatever you're going to use in there, and you cover it completely with salt. And you just leave it. You check it every so often. And if you need to, you add fresh salt, more salt in the box. I'm just doing a quick cure on it. And what I'm going to do, because it's going to pull out the moisture. And after these brine, I'll just pull these out and I will put them in a separate Ziploc bag and put them babies in the deep freeze until I need them. Okay, it's starting to kind of come up to simmer. What you're going to do is stir it every so often. Keep an eye on it. You want to simmer it for, once it comes up to a simmer it for 5 minutes. And then you'll cut it off, and I'll be back when that happens. I'm going to put the pork, zip them up, and I'm going to put them back into the fridge. See you here after a while. Okay, it has simmered for 5 minutes. I am cutting it off. I'm telling you, that smells good, y'all. Okay, I got almost the other 6 cups of water in there. Now, you want to let this rest until it comes to room temperature, completely cooled down. And I will bring you back and we'll get to starting brining these pork loins. See you after a while. The brine is finally cooled down to room temperature. I got my pork loins out of the fridge. Now the lemons are optional. I just like, gives it just a little bit more acidity. It's definitely not traditional. And the reason why I don't use the curing salt or the Prague powder is Junior is not allowed to have it at all. Now, each bag, I want 6 cups of the brine in it. And you want to stir very well each time you get some brine out of it. And you want to make sure that pork loin is covered with it. And you want to make sure that you get as much of the air out as possible. Now you can double bag it if you want to, or put it like in a loaf pan so that it won't spill out all over the place in the fridge. But you want to make sure that that pork loin stays covered in it. I'm going to have to do that. Hold on just a minute, because this baby's dancing all over the place. And see, putting it in the bread pan, it stays just like it's supposed to. I'm going to hold off on that one. But you want to make it, it's still moving. I'm going to probably double bag it too. You want to make sure that that pork loin stays covered in the brine. Oh, it smells so good, y'all. Like I said, it's been too long since I've gotten to make this. You want to push all that air out. And you want to keep this in your fridge. Keep it very cold. And every day, check on it. Move the pork loin around inside of it. This is not hard to do, and it is absolutely worth it. And I'm going to I'm going to double baggy these up. Now, you can let it brine 4 to 5 days. I will bring you back when I'm done brining it, and then we're going to take it from there. And the last step is to smoke it really good. So I got to finally get to use my smoker out there, and we're going to have fun making my version of Canadian bacon / back bacon. Depends on where you're from, what your ancestors called it. But each day you want to massage that brine all over that pork loin. Make sure that it's covered. Check on it. And I'll see you back here in 4 to 5 days. Wanted to mention I double baggied it up, and the stability is a whole lot stronger. So you might want to use an extra bag, and that way it'll stay where it's supposed to. Now, I'll see you back in 4 to 5 days. I have half regular briquettes, and the other half is hickory, and I've got them soaking in a little bit of lighter fluid. Don't need a whole lot. And then I'm going to light it here in a bit. Get the flame going, get it going good, and we'll go in and get the Canadian bacon / back bacon ready to be smoked. Bring you back here in a bit. Slow but steady she's going. I'm gonna put the grill on top of it and let it get burned off real good. And once that flame is burned completely down, then we're gonna start smoking, y'all. Time to get the meat ready. Okay, they have been brining. I let them brine for 5 days. I was going to do it before, but rain, y'all, rain. Alright, I'm going to get these out of the brine, discard the brine, and rinse off the pork loin very well. I'll bring you back here in just a bit. They're brined really nicely. They are firmed. They have firmed up. I'm going to rewash my hands, and I'm going to get these out to the smoker. Now they're going to look dull because the salt has pulled out a lot of the moisture and has made it firm. And let me tell you, they smell so good, y'all. I'll see you at the smoker. Alright, my smoker's ready. I got a big chunk of pear wood that's been soaked in water in the bottom with the coals. I got my bowl filled with water, which you can add different herbs to. I'm going to put these babies in here. Well, make sure you give them plenty of room in between each other so that smoke can get to them. Now, my smoker is hanging on by a thread, but you know what? It still works. I got to get the lid put on, and I'm going to smoke these babies for about 5 hours. I'll bring you back in through the time, and I'm going to keep smoking them until I get an inside temperature reading of inside the meat of 165. I'll bring you back after a while. Alrighty, I am at the 3-hour mark. I've been flipping them every hour. That's just how I do it. Look at that beautiful smoke on them. Oh, I'm looking forward to breakfast. I'm making some pizzas. We're going to have Canadian bacon for a while, y'all. Alright, 3-hour mark. Got 2 more to go. Okay, they are done smoking. They are beautiful, y'all. I'm going to get them off the smoker, and we're going to head in the house, and I'll show you. I'm going to wrap them, let them cool down, and that way we can slice them. Alright, see you in the house here in a bit. Okay, we're back in the house. Oh, and let me tell you, they smell so good. Look at that. Is that not gorgeous? Real Canadian bacon / back bacon. Now the small tenderloins off the big tenderloins, I cut them off so the edges could get smoked too, because these were cooking faster. Now, I'm going to slice them up later on, but I'm going to wrap them and let them rest. Juicy. Look at that beautiful glaze off the juice falling. Look at that juice. That's the glaze from using maple syrup. Ooh, be careful, they're hot. I want to let these vent for a while, or rest for a while. After they cool down some, I'm going to put them in the fridge. And then I'm going to get my slicer out. And of course, I'll bring y'all back for that. Get the slicer out. And slice and bag them up. And I guarantee you, this is a whole lot cheaper to do than what they charge at the grocery store. And me and Junior are going to enjoy these little pieces here, because that wouldn't have cut good on the slicer. Look at that, all that. Yes, baby. And this way the meat can rest and the juices can move back around into the meat. But Canadian bacon's usually not real juicy, but just look how much I'm going to have. It's been so long since I have bought Canadian bacon. I'm going to have to look and see what the going rate is for it. And the aroma, y'all, is absolutely die for. And I tested 165 on both of them. So they are done. They just need to rest and cool a little bit. And then I'm going to stick them in the fridge. Me and Junior fixing to eat these. I'll bring y'all back. This is what I'm saying because y'all can't see. The little side tenderloins. Look at that. Look at that beautiful caramelization and juice, y'all. Juice. I wish you could smell the aroma from not only the brine, but also from the hickory wood and the pear wood, which pear goes well with pork and chicken. So, I'll bring you back later on. It's going to be a while. Might wait till tomorrow to cut it up. See you at the while. Alright, it has cooled. It has firmed up. You want your meat cold if you go to use a slicer. So let's get busy cutting up this beautiful, beautiful Canadian bacon. Now, here we go. Now, this is the first time I've ever used this slicer. So, bear with me. There's a safety button. You have to push that and push on. It's kind of thin. Oh my God, but it's good. Yeah, I think that's the thickness I want right there. Yep, it's good, y'all. It took me time to get used to it. that beautiful homemade Canadian bacon, or also known as back bacon. I've got to get used to using that. And I have a piece of aluminum foil back here to catch it. Might have let it get a little too cold. It's not frozen, but crumbling up quite a bit, but still good. Sorry, y'all, I got choked there for a minute. Alright, here we go. Okay, a little bitty piece, and that's only 3/4 of one. Well, y'all can't really see it. It's only 3/4 of one of the Canadian bacons cut up. I'm gonna keep a cutting. I gotta watch out for this blade. This is a messy blade. I'm gonna have to get used to using this. There we go. It's gonna take me a while. I'll bring you back here in just a little bit. Sorry, y'all. Didn't realize that you couldn't see what I was doing. So, let's have some more fun. This little slicer is addictive, y'all. Look at all that beautiful Canadian bacon. Back bacon. Beautiful smoke ring in it. Look at that big smoke ring. Tell you, it takes a while to get used to using this. Having to mash the two buttons over here. Cut back here. That is fully cooked. That's just the dark side of the pork loin. Alright, got one more left to go. Well, a half of one left to go. And I will bring you back when I am done. Okay, I'm done. Look at all that beautiful Canadian bacon. Of course, the pork loin as it's smoked and cooked shrank. But look at that. That beautiful. Here's one that shows it a little better. Look at that beautiful, big, thick. Hold on. Smoke ring. Yes. Oh, it's pretty. Now, I don't know. I'm going to have to get used to using this slicer. But look at all that. You know what's going to happen tomorrow? A pot of beans, and I'm putting, I don't know, it's not dry. So don't think the pork loin is dry. I did end up oiling it a little bit, and the blade worked better. I'm just first time using the slicer, so I just got to get used to it. But I guarantee you, you couldn't go in and get all this pork loin, all this Canadian bacon. Look at that beautiful smoked skin on there. I guarantee you couldn't get this much Canadian bacon or back bacon in the store for what I paid for the pork loin. And Junior has already informed me that yes, more of this will be made. So I'm going to be making more pork loin or Canadian bacon / back bacon. Simple, easy, homemade, y'all. You know what goes absolutely in it. The brine recipe will be in the description box below. I used hickory and pear wood to smoke it with. You can smoke it with whatever wood flavor you like. Simple, easy, homemade. And yep, we're going to have us a couple of sandwiches. I got a baggie some up for Lyle. And I hope you've enjoyed this video and it encourages you to make your own Canadian bacon or back bacon homemade from scratch. It's a whole lot cheaper than what you pay for it in the store. Yep, gonna be a lot more of these made. Whole lot more. Now I'm finally happy I got to break out the slicer. I'm gonna be busy slicing a lot of things. I got a big block of cheese I gotta do. Everyone, take care. Continue to stock up your pantry with foods that will nourish and sustain you. And that includes refrigerators and deep freeze as well. Medicinals that will heal you, protection of all kinds, and above all else, the bare essentials to survive on. Everyone, stay safe and sound, and I hope this encourages you to make your own while pork is still cheap. Everyone, take care. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and may you each be blessed. Hoot, hoot. Mwah. Love y'all. See you soon.